Sathyabama Institute of Science and Technology.
Hello everyone, I am K. Punitha, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Sathyabama Institute of Science and Technology. So today's lecture topic is about data structures in R programming. So we'll have a small introduction about data structures in R programming. So basically data structure is a way of organizing data in a computer. That is, we will be collecting the data and storing it and organizing it in an efficient manner. And this data structure, it is used to remove the time and the space complexity. And this data types, it will be considering of homogeneous data type, that is same number of items, and heterogeneous, that is different elements. We'll be having both types of data, and it is mainly useful in the R programming for the data analysis. And we have some different data types that will be useful for the analysis of the R programming: vector, list, data frame, matrices, and arrays. So these are the different data types which we will be using for the data analysis in R programming. So your first most is vectors. So from the name vector, it's basically an ordered collection of basic data types of given length. That is, we'll be having same data types. If I take integer, I'll be having all the integer elements. I will not take any other data types. So, and it is an one-dimensional data structure, and it is also a homogeneous data type element. We'll see a small example. X is a variable when we are assigning equal to C is a variable which will be using for the vectors to add it. So X equal to C of in the bracket, we must give all the integer elements whichever we have. And if we give print X, we'll be getting the output as the values whichever we are given in this. It will be considering only the same data types. We should not add different data types together. We'll see one more example. So in a variable A, we are storing it in using a C, a good luck. It's a string. So it's all of the same data type. It's not different elements. Okay, and if you give print A, you'll get the output as good luck. So your second most data type is list. So list is an ordered collection of elements. So I can have your data type, I mean integer, list, strings, all the data types in a list. And it will be created by using the list frame. And it's also an one-dimensional data structure. So a list can be a list of vectors, matrices, characters, and a list of functions. So together in the list, we can have all the elements which we have. So example, so we are having the employee ID. So this is about the employee details. Employee ID equal to C of 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is full of integer values. Employee name equal to the string variables, and number of employee is 4. And in the employee list variable, we are giving list as the employee ID, name, number of employees. And if we give print employee list, we'll be getting the, first we have declared the numbers, then we have declared the name, then the number of employees. So by this, the list is an ordered collection of elements. You create using the list frame. And your third most is data frames. So data frame is created by using the dot frame function. That is, we'll be having storing the data to the tabular data form. It is a two-dimensional data structure, and it is of heterogeneous. That is, we'll be having different element, and this vectors whichever we're having will be having of equal length. And data frames, if you take, we have some certain conditions. So your first most condition is we are having row and column. So every column must have separate names, and every row should have a unique name. That is, no duplicate of values. And your second most condition is each column must have the identical number of items. That is, if I take name, all the columns must be have name. Third condition is each item in a single column must be of the same data type. If I declare the integer, I must have all the integer values. I should not include my string or character. Fourth one is different column may have different data types. If I am declaring 3 different columns, I can have integer, float, string. We'll see an example. So first column, first row, I am declaring my name. In the name, I am giving all the name values. Second one is language. Third one is age. So I am using the variable df equal to data dot frame. In this name, language, age. And if I give print df, I'll be getting the tabular column. So in this, we must check whether we have satisfied all the 4 conditions which you have seen before. First, every column must have the name, and every rows must have unique values. Okay, and second is we must have the unique number of every row must have unique items, and I can have different data columns, and there must be no repetition of values. Your fourth most data type is matrix. So from the name matrix, it's an group of arrangement of number of rows and columns, and rows will be arranged horizontally and columns will be arranged vertically. And all the elements must be of same data type, that is it is an two-dimensional and homogeneous data structure. And this matrix can be declared by the function of matrix. So we'll be assigning a variable equal to matrix. In the C, we are giving all the values and we are declaring that my row must be 3 and your column must be 3, and by row it must be arranged, data must be arranged, and we are giving print A. So the output is we are getting 3 rows and 3 columns, all the values arranged by the row wise. And the last most is arrays. So array we know is an data type of same values. If I take integer, I must have integer of the fixed size. So in your R programming also, your array is of n-dimensional data structure. I can have one dimensional, two dimensional or three dimensional, which I have. It is an homogeneous data structure. So example, so A equal to array of C 1, 2, 3, 4 till 8, and you are giving your dimension of C 2, 2, 2. So your first two represents the two matrices, that is your two rectangular matrices, and your second two represents your row, and your third two represents your column, and you are giving a print A. So in this you are seeing you are having two matrices. So in this you are having two rows, two columns. Thank you.